more than normal, supernatural, or supernormal powers. Shaking hands with Black Elk, I told him I was well acquainted with the Omaha Indians and many other Sioux groups, and I wanted to get acquainted with him and talk about the old times. Ah, he said, indicating that my suggestion was satisfactory to him. I had a lot of cigarettes and things, and I passed these around, and we squatted near the ponies at a respectful distance, and so on. The others did anyway, and we sat down on the ground smoking and waiting in silence, and Black Elk near blinds stared fixed on the ground and seemed to have forgotten us. And I was about to break the silence, but I was getting started when the old man looked up the flying hawk, the interpreter, who had come with them, and said, speaking Sioux, but he knew, before he knew no English, says, I sit here. I can feel in this man beside me a strong desire to know the things of the other world. He's been sent here to learn what I know, and I will teach him. This is Carlos Castaneda right down the line. So that's why I tend to distrust Castaneda to some extent, because as a sociological person interested in anthropology and so on, he would have known all about this. He would have known about these kinds of events that had preceded. So we sat there, and he brought a sacred ornament out. I later learned it belonged to the Black Elk's father. It had a leather star tinged with blue, and the center of the star hanged a strip of hide with the breast of a buffalo and a feather from the wing of an eagle. The ornament is suspended from a leather loop to be placed about the neck, and holding the star before us, Black Elk said, Here you see the morning star. Who sees the morning star shall see more, for he shall be wise. And lifting the eagle feather, he says, This means Wonkin Tonka, the great mysterious one. It also means that our thoughts shall rise as high as the eagles. Then lifting the strip of buffalo's eye, he said, This means all the good things of the world, food and shelter. And then he handed the ornament to me. He said, My friend, I wish you all these things. Put it around your neck. And I thanked the old man, and I did as he directed. So I guess, I don't know, he's given him this tremendous gift right from the start. And then the old man began talking about his power vision. The vision he had had when he was a youth, basically, that governed the rest of his life. He tells them about this power vision. I'll get to the word power in a moment. And the sun was nearly setting when they finished. Black Elk said, There's so much to teach you. What I know was given to me for men, and it's true and it's beautiful. Soon I shall be under the grass, and it will be lost. You were sent to save it. You must come back, and I will teach it. And I said, I will come back. And Black Elk said, when do you want me? He replied, in the spring, when the grass is high. And so he talks about his daughter helping him in the next page, and that's how this book got produced. He started going back to see Black Elk in a continual manner, and this is the product. Now, how many have been looking at this book? I think it's a great book. Now, I may be wrong. I don't know what you guys think. I think this is a great book. Now, the question is, how much of it is really Black Elk and how much is Nyhart? The same as before with the Carlos Castaneda, Don Juan, but even more here. Nyhart's a really good novelist. Now, one thing I do want to caution you, and that is, I think that there's some Christianity creeping into this book. Now, that's not bad or good, I'm just saying that as a fact. Because it seems later in life, Black Elk converted to Christianity, of a Catholic kind of Christianity from the monks and different people who are out in that part of the world carrying on their missionary activities. And he got into the church in some ways. Now, what is relationship with the church? There's some articles actually on the internet. If you Google him up, you'll see articles about it. These things don't particularly interest me for the purpose of what I do in this class, but they might interest you if you're interested in this sort of thing. I don't know exactly what his relationship with the church was in later, when he got really older, and whether he was still interested in that when he told all these stories to Nyhart. But there may occasionally be some of that creeping in you. So the visions may be influenced by biblical things that he's read. And his memory of them may be influenced by that in some way. I'm not sure always, like the four horsemen of the apocalypse in the Revelation book and stuff like that.